Hello, Isopods. We have a video today featuring our Immaculatum wild type from my Iso bro, who is Ching Freeman, who's actually not Freeman, but we won't get into that. He also has an alias, as do I. So he sent me these Immaculatum kind of in a trade. So that's all I asked him for was some wild type from Alabama. So these are my hillbilly pods. So no offense to the Alabama folks, but these were under rocks in compost heaps. Ching's backyard. So he sacrificed being called a nerd or a weirdo by his brother-in-law to get these for me, and I appreciate it. So he sent me originally, quote, 30. There are far more than 30 in here, probably closer to 50, or there were. So they recently got moved into this guy. So this Habitrail, which I'm currently considering attaching to this, but I don't know how to do that yet. I haven't figured out or how I want to do that yet. So they would have the opportunity to get back into this bin, and then basically they have the opportunity to get here. So I just put 15 Immaculatum in here. You can see some moving around there. Let's see how close we can get. Pretty good. That's actually not too bad. There's some springtails. There's a fantastic piece of carrot. So I've got some different zones here for them. So this is going to be, these bigger pods are going to be moist. These smaller ones are harder to get to. These smaller corner pieces are harder to get to. So they don't have any ventilation either, though. So they should stay moist, fairly moist. I can open it up and change. This pod is mostly leaf litter. It's literally most of the soil you see in there is leaf litter. Some of the soil's there for the purposes of moisture. Well, there's already one in there exploring that, which is great because he had to go kind of far to get in there. This is kind of a random looking set of tubes, and it's mostly flat because the inside of the tube is a little slick for them. Here is more leaf. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. This one's the leaf litter pod, and this is going to be just kind of a moisture area. This will be primarily where food is dropped. All of the pods have leaf litter in them. You can see some have grass through them. That was to kind of give them a little more security and a little more footing, especially in this curve too, where they kind of are out over the abyss. So that's kind of a cool area for them, like a roller coaster. But yeah, this was my newest project. I mostly put it together with dairy cows initially. To be honest, because I have so many, I didn't mind if, I wouldn't be so upset if some of them didn't make it through that, but I monitored them pretty closely and they did pretty well. There was a huge mold outbreak, so I broke the whole thing down. These little bottom green pieces come off of the bigger pods, and that's where I had the molds because I had food in there. Different types of dried, dehydrated food for them, which they didn't get to in time, and obviously it molded out. So these guys are already kind of exploring pretty far, honestly. I wasn't expecting them to travel this much, so that's kind of interesting. This is the only area I think they might have problems with, so I'm going to see if they can use that or not. I wanted to give them as many options to get as far as they could and have fun with that. There's a guy. There's one of the guys who's left. And I upgraded my lighting down here. So I drilled holes in all of the lids of these. So we have some ventilation. There's holes in the top there. There's holes in all of these stoppers. So there's some ventilation, some air movement. You can actually see the humidity, the condensation back here on this one. So they're going to have moisture. That's not going to be a problem. And they'll have options to move on and migrate to areas that are moist or dry, depending on their needs. So this is a product you can find on Amazon for around $30, $35 I think is what I paid for this one. And it's called Jungle Safari Pods, or Safari Jungle Pods. Those three words will get you to the item you need. And you might find some other cool items there as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Ching, again, thank you for the fantastic Immaculatum. And I hope the rest of you find this interesting. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.